Alice here from Lodomesh again. Are you ready for part 2 for the eye socket? Let's do it. Okay. Where did we leave it off last time, sorry. Yes, we were creating the corner of the eyes. Okay. I tend not to watch the videos beforehand now, so it's a surprise for me. More interesting. Okay, let's move that a little bit. It's looking pretty good already. Yeah. Let's move that a little bit more. For me on the Z, I think it was, not sure. Yeah, sometimes I grab the whole tool because it actually allows you, when you grab the whole tool, to move it on a few axes at the same time, rather than, moving it only on a certain axis. A little bit up. I think with the mouth cavity later on I was struggling even more. Yeah, that's my whole top loop. Let's pull it out a little bit. One on the keyboard for normal mode. Then back in 3 for the smooth mode. Still thinking, how am I gonna close that lid so it can cover the whole eye? Quad draw tool. For a loop, you can either use the multi-cut or the quad draw tool, regardless, to add the loop cut there. Shift select to select all those faces, pull them out a little bit. Straighten those out a little bit. That crease there is really nice. Another loop, control on the keyboard. I'm using the quad draw tool, but multi-cut tool will work as well. Another loop there. We definitely need those loops for when we're closing them afterwards. So the geometry is not that stretched. We've got enough geometry to smooth over, if it makes sense. You'll see later on when we're doing the blend shapes. Just selecting the vertices. Shift select on the keyboard. I'm using the normal. No, that's too, yeah, it was too much, wasn't it? On those axes. Get out of the scale tool so we can do our selection. Back into the move tool. So W is the move tool, R is the scaling tool. E is the rotation for the shortcut keys. Or you can just select them from the left, where all the tools are. In the beginning, I was doing this even here on the left. In the beginning, when I was learning in Blender, before I remembered all the shortcut keys, I was using the tools on the toolbar. Scale that a little bit, that's too much, I think. Move it down a little bit. Is it gonna work? I think it's too much here. Let's scale it up a little bit. There we are. Move it inwards. This is nice. Doesn't look as good. Find it. It's too. The creases are too narrow. If may I say that. Let's see what I'm gonna do next. Command Z. Didn't like that. Command Z again. Deselect this one. Control on the keyboard. Let's select the other loop. Whoops. There next to it as well. See what happens. All those faces. What can we do with that? Soft select B on the keyboard. Keep holding B and drag so you can scale it down. Move up a little bit. Because now it's not just moving those vertices that those faces that I've selected, but just a little bit from the area next to it as well. That's why it's called soft select. Still in soft select. Pull those out a little bit. Scale them. No, don't scale them. Trying to create this nice eyelid area and eyebrows later on as well. Edge mode. Push inwards, down a bit. Yeah, it's not too bad, but I think it's too creased, to be honest. Yeah. So I need to spread them out a little bit so it's not as creased as it looked. I really didn't like that. There we are. Let's move those out a little bit. We're working in smooth mode at the moment. We still have the same amount of vertices, but It looks nice and smooth and round. Let's move all those a little bit. You want to do that? Okay, let's get out of the vertex mode. No, not too bad. It looks quite okay. Still quite creased here on the top right. Let's move those closer. There we are. It's not as creased, is it? Much better. One on the keyboard. You see how edgy it is and untidy. Sometimes it helps, so these creases, which for the vertices which are too close together, they create these sharp creases, which sometimes we do want, sometimes we don't want it that sharp because they're too close together. Sometimes I carry on working in the smooth mode and, it messes it up because we need to keep switching from the normal mode to smooth mode because then what I found out is the last big project that I worked on when I did the eyelashes and the eyelashes I create with XGen Interactive Groom and when the model is in normal mode, the geometry will interact, which actually creates a really undesired effect with the eyelashes, which is like spreading it in a line or something. I don't know whether some of you have experienced that, but yeah, once I forgot to put my model back into smooth mode, and then my geometry was overlapping and it was creating this effect, and it took me a while until I figured it out, but I did. So yeah, it could cause a lot of problems as well. Overlapping geometry. Yeah, it does that with Maya 2022. It does that when I'm in the smooth mode and go to the sculpt mode. It's all black. Yeah, it's the first time it's doing it. And I think it worked out if I saved the project, got out of Maya, and then went back into Maya. I don't understand. If you have any idea why this is happening, please do let me know. I remember this worked afterwards. It worked out when I got out of Maya and then went back in. Quite edgy. Yeah, but I don't want any more geometry, where if I can avoid it, come on. You see, it's happening when I'm in, oh, even in the normal mode. Interesting. I think here I couldn't be bothered getting out of Maya. And I just continue in the normal mode, smoothing it out a little bit. And switch back to 3, and what happens? Oh, black. I'm not sure why it happens. But it started happening recently. Before I wasn't doing it. Are we done? Yes, we are done. Okay, I think we're done with the eyelids for now. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.